In my presentation, I have critically analyzed the theory of adverts in the past and in the present. I have picked out 2 old adverts from the past and 2 from the present, and between both, I am going to compare how the format of each advert have been used by talking about the style and the technique, along with the ASA guidelines and the classification of demographic and psychographic. For my past advert, I have chosen the Fairy Liquid commercial, which is one of the biggest selling brands in the UK. It all began in the 1950s and then it was launched in the UK in 1980s. However, it was developed later in 2008 and so on. It comes in a variety of colours and scent combination. Nanette Newman was the first actress who fronted the 1980s Fairy Liquid advertisement. She was famous for the advertisement she did during the 80s for showing the number of plates of families that could wash up after a dinner party by competing with other washing up liquids. In the 80s, Fairy Liquid advertisement was differently structured. It was all narrative and the advert has a linear style, which means that the story was being told in a chronological order. It is also a realist technique because Fairy Liquid is something that exists and the facts are true. It has no music to it but just the narration of Nanette Newman speaking directly to the camera. Also, it is a solution to the problem because it talks more in depth about the product and how it's being described by using catchy phrases like gentle, soft and milder, just like how Nanette Newman was describing her skin. The word term milder is a catchy phrase which is always used in every Fairy Liquid advert. This makes the audience feel that sense and creates the mood. The slogan 50% better than is a repetitive word. This has been repeated a lot in the advert. Another common slogan is long lasting. This is another adjective word and a very persuading technique. This advert is targeted at any age range, but it is mainly for women. KFC Colonel's speech is another past advert that I've chosen. Colonel Sanders was a key component of KFC advertising until his death in 1980. The advert is a classic TV commercial based in America. The images are set out in black and white effects, but we see Colonel talking directly to the camera about his Kentucky Fried Chicken and how it has been developed. Colonel goes in depth with his chicken recipe and uses adjective words to describe his product. The advert is a social standard style. It is based upon families and friends socializing together and it is appealing to everyone in the world. The advert has a linear and narrative structure to it. This is because Colonel Sanders is telling a story in a realist style, which means it's in a chronological order and it is based on real life facts. The slogan, finger looking good, is a repetitive word. It's been repeated a lot in the advert and for this the company was famous for it. In the beginning it was all just narration, but at the very end of the advert the title song was being played. It was promoting KFC. This advert L'Oreal advert for Elvive shampoo is another brand which is popular in the UK in 2007. This advert is definitely anti-realist and it's non-linear. The facts in this advert is not true. It has no story to it and it's not in right order. Cheryl Cole is one of the celebrity endorsements for this advert. Words weak, slim and lifeless are all catchy phrases and is repeated many times during the advert.
New L'Oreal Elvive
It is
Full
also a
Restore 5
solution to a
with
problem.
pro-keratin
It
for
has a
5 top
narrator
UK
demonstrating
hair
the
problems.
scientific
It
solution
targets
about the
weak,
product,
limp,
which is
lifeless,
anti-realist.
dull and straw-like
It
hair.
has no
My hair
narrative
feels
structure to
stronger,
it, but the
full of
advert
life,
shows the result of
replenished,
hair
with a
after
healthy
using the
shine.
product, and
It's
she
got a
uses
small drawback.
adjectives like
New
full of
LV
life,
Full Restore
stronger
5 from
and with a
L'Oreal
healthy
Paris.
chance to
5
persuade the
problems,
audience
1
to buy the
solution.
product.
Come on girls,
As
let's
you can
see.
see, the images have been
Because
all
we're worth
airbrushed.
it.
It goes into more depth when Cheryl Cole mentions about the 5 main problems and how one solution solves everything by using the Elvive shampoo. The product is mainly targeted at women. Another present advert I have chosen is the Dell Lollipop Treats commercial. It has a realist style to it because the information about the laptop is based on true facts, but the images of the elephants, machines, the laptops being transformed into suits are all anti-realist. This means it doesn't exist. The characters are all dressed as workers because the dressing code gives it all away. The advert is parody and humour because they are making fun of themselves as they are selling the product. As you can see, the laptop comes in a variety of different colours, which looks like a candy sweet, so the song is describing the laptop as in sweets. There are basic formats in persuasive techniques used in advertising. The presenter direct speech form of communication is at the heart of most famous of advertising. It talks directly to the consumer. This can be a voiceover or a presenter talking straight to the camera. It's often done by a celebrity endorsement. An example for this will be Kate Moss, Maybelline Cosmetic, for showing features like eyes or lips that help promote the product. Demonstration adverts are most common. They show how a product works and how it appears. They go in more depth with a scientific solution to a problem, which shows graphics of the product. An example for this advert will be like cars driving, not static, or beers or lagers being poured. Emotion adverts include adjective words to convey the mood and feelings. Adjectives fit appropriately with different types of products, such as cars, sleek, elegant, powerful, or chocolate bars, smooth, creamy, and indulgent. The purpose of using these languages is to set a mood and tone which creates a positive imagery. Awareness is more often popular in adverts. We have adverts such as NSPCA, smoking, or alcohol adverts. Those adverts can also convey our mood and emotions. It makes you feel alert of what the advert is showing us and how it could affect the audience. Social standing adverts can be aimed at families. This could be like a car advert, family vacation, or social trips. These adverts can appeal to everyone in the world. Different forms and styles can be used in advertisements. Narrative, how the story is put together. Linear, an advert that is in a chronological order, which means the story starts from the beginning, middle, and the end. An example for this advert will be John Lewis Christmas advert 2011. Non-linear, when an advert is not in a chronological order. An example for this advert will be Bleu de Chanel, the film. Realist adverts present real-life facts to make the audience feel that they are watching something that is believable and realistic. An example for this will be Nescafe Gold Blend by Anthony Head. Anti-realist presents adverts that are not real in the situation, or the concept is clearly all made up. An example for this will be Citroen C4, the Transformer car. Ongoing serious adverts can use series of adverts to promote a single brand or a product service. This can be used like an ongoing commercial with different commercial breaks. An example for this will be BT, Chris Marshall. The Advertising Standards Authority is the UK's independent regulator of advertising across all media. ASA apply the advertising codes which are written by the committees of advertising the practice. Their work includes acting on complaints and proactively checking the media to take action against misleading, harmful, or offensive advertisements. Advertising codes contain hundreds of rules on many different topics. I have summarized some of the key rules that will help. Adverts must be identified. Marketing communication must be prepared with sense of responsibility to consumers and to the society. No advert should be misled or be likely to mislead by inaccuracy, ambiguity, or exaggerations. Marketers must hold documentary evidence to prove all claims are capable. Harm and offence. Advert must not contain anything that is likely to cause a serious widespread offence. Example, race, gender, sexual orientation, and disability. Adverts must not contain violence or any antisocial behaviour. Adverts must not cause fear or distress without a specific reason. Example, charity campaign, shocking images, but then it could attract attention. Children must not be shown in hazard situations. Example, unattended scenes or adverts must not portray or represent children in a sexual way. Alcohol. A person must not be left unattended in a scene. Also, drinks should not be targeted at people under the age of 18. Gambling is seen as a mainstream leisure activity, but gambling represents a social illness and a harmful addiction. Example, it could lead to financial problems. Demographic classification in the UK refer to the social grade definition, which are used to describe, measure, and classify people of different social grade and income earnings. The advert very liquid will be classified as D and E. Unemployed, students, pensioners, casual workers, semi-skilled, and manual workers. And the psychographics will be classified as mainstream because it is a family brand and it tends to be domestic. LP advert is classified as D and E. It is targeted at women mainly and most students and employed people. For psychographic, it will be classified as aspirers. It's materialistic, acquisitive, orientated to image and appearance, and its appeal to fashion and persona. It is typically for younger people. KFC advert is classified for C2, D and E, and it is known as Resign because it's tradition and has a history in the past. Dell laptop is classified into category of A and B because only businessmen, teachers, bankers will be targeted for this product. This will also be classified as succeeders. They will have strong goals, confidence, work ethic and organization, typically higher management and professionals.